kicking and screaming personally. Don't give them reasons to say they were right, you were wrong, you couldn't go all the way. Walking up repeat. Welcome the hard times, wasn't the fate. Walking up repeat. Keep moving, don't stop for anything. Breathe life, survive. Are you afraid to die? Afraid to be alive? This time I made up my mind and I'm not wasting time. Survival of the fittest. Survive, survive. Breathe life, survive. Are you afraid to die? Afraid to be alive? This time I made up my mind and I'm not wasting time. Survival of the fittest. Survive, survive. Adversity devours the weak. If you wanna go and get it, be relentless. We are relentless. Adversity devours the weak. If you wanna go and get it, we are relentless.
Hello, NXT Universe. This is the Cross Country King, Bobby Mitchell here, and as you can tell by the tone of my voice, I am not in a good mood after what happened last week. You see, in the main event of NXT last week, I faced the infamous Anthony Adams, which, it was a great back and forth match, and he beat me. All power to him, fair and square, just like Walter Scott did. All respect to him. However, after the match, the champ decided to take a steel chair and crack me in the skull with it. And then afterwards, proceeded to shit talk about me. Ooh, Matt Black. I know who you are, and I know what you're capable of, but let me tell you something, dude. Payback is gonna be a bitch, my friend. And you'll find that out the hard way. But hey, you know what? It's okay. It's okay. Because we're gonna put the past behind us for one night only tonight. Because in the main event, you and I have to team up against Anthony Adams and the Outlaw, Eric Silva. Oh my God. Let's put it this way, Eric. You have been making wins lately. All power to you. You know, you're 2-0 right now in singles competition here in NXT, you know. I mean, hey, you know, it's not like you're in the main events of NXT facing top main event players like Walter Scott and Anthony Adams. But that's alright, man, that's alright. Because, hey, I mean, you're right where you belong. You're in the lower level of the job squad. Job squad, mid-card squad, who cares, you know, Justice Gable and Mike Mitchell, that's all good. But let me tell you, for weeks, and I mean weeks, and I tell you, I run my mouth constantly real bad, and you know what, there's another freaking guy that's new to NXT that's supposed to debut here soon who runs his mouth just as bad as I do. To him later on. Anyways, you, Eric, for the last couple of weeks, have been threatening me that you're gonna hit me with one gunslinger and that's gonna be it. I'm gonna be out cold, or you're gonna give me the biggest beating in my life, fitting for a king. Well, where the heck are you, dude? Where are you? I mean, seriously, you've been threatening me for so long. If you really wanted to do that, Eric, you could have done it all those times in the ring, or you could have done it all those times we confronted each other in the back. But no, you didn't want to do it. You didn't want to do it because you, my friend, deep down inside, and you know it, you're a coward. That's right. You know what? I run my mouth, but you know what? When I run my mouth, and yeah, you know what? You claim that my mouth cannot cash checks, that my ass can't, but boy, oh boy. And you know what, if I got it backwards, that's alright, because I'm so fucking ticked off at you right now that I just want to beat you to death. But hey, you know what, that's okay, because tonight, there's no running. There's no going back. Because when I'm in that ring, I expect to see you in that ring, Eric Silva. I want you in that ring with me so I can give you the biggest beat in your life, because I'm sick and tired of you running your mouth and getting involved in my business. And if it ain't gonna end tonight, then it'll end soon. And I guarantee it that I'm gonna be done with you once and for all when we finally meet one-on-one. But until then tonight, you're gonna get the biggest beat in your life, courtesy of the cross-country king, and fitting enough for a stupid, stinky, western, filthy outlaw. I'll see you then later tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NXT here. We are back live on the ECW Network, and we are emanating from Terre Haute, Indiana. Pull the nights out from Payback over the edge. Raw and absolute chaos this week. Alec Tenay, we're going to find out what NXT has in store for us very soon.
All Raw was intense, completely off the wall, wild, batshit crazy. Who knows what NXT has in store for us tonight?
These fans chanting NXT around the building here. It's almost hard to hear. Let me get these state-of-the-art headphones here. We're opening up singles action. Fan favorite already making his way down. Sussman, Marcus Grant on his way to the ring.
It's time for Susplex City.
He's got a pretty tall order ahead of him here. A man we haven't seen recently on NXT programming. Saheed returns. But Sussman, he's got to be in a special place right now. Getting jumped before and after the match last week by Crayne.
Well, yes, the Madman himself has seemed to take into persistence after winning his slamming match versus Marcus, which still people think that was a fluke, came as a surprise, but Asher's making a point to drive the nail home that he is better than Sussman.
Yeah, I definitely know. Speaking of this, almost like a budding rivalry between these two. Mike Mitchell takes on Crayne here tonight. Later on tonight, the third man in this triple threat #1 contenders match. Walter Scott is also here tonight in action, so we're going to have a nice lay of the land here ahead of us. But speaking of Marcus Grant here, Crayne, we talked about the slammies that he went in less than 100%, get banged up in previous matches. He is 100% clear tonight, I'm being told, so I think we're going to see a side of the Sussman we have not seen yet.
Well, like you said, the Beast is here. It's going to be an interesting thing. With Saheed coming back, it'd be interesting to see how he comes back from the string of losses that he had.
Yeah, definitely. Saheed took a tough break recently. He came in undefeated when he debuted in NXT. A lot of people thought he was going to be a #1 contender for the NXT Championship going to the Royal Rumble, but he was upset back at TLC2 by Fergus. Mike Mitchell was also in that match and also undefeated at the time. Saheed, things just kind of slowly went downhill from there.
Well, hopefully he's looking to a big win right here over Sussman. With the momentum that Sussman's been carrying lately, with being a fan favorite, could really kind of put his stock back in order.
This looks like a little bit more slim down, cut up Saheed. He was pretty jacked before recently, but yeah, he's definitely he's almost the same stature here. I'm expecting a similar style, and Marcus Grant pressing the action here. Oh!
Big knee lift right off the bat.
Another one here. Look at this. Taking Saheed, almost taking a page out of his book here. Saheed is a fan of that Muay Thai offense, but Saheed here, right there with a headbutt.
I feel like we're going to get more of a striking little bit battle here. And then once those suplexes get unleashed from Sussman, we might be looking at a different ball game.
That was a very even match so far. We're starting to hear Saheed exhibit some power early, a suplex of his own.
Ooh, a little stalling. Let the blood rush to the head.
He's straight up. Oh, with one arm here, and he just drops it into the ropes even.
Oh, I think people don't understand when you get literally standing like that, just stalling in that suplex. All that blood rushes to your head. That creates a dizzying effect.
Speaking with suplex here, Sussman with a fisherman suplex. He just threw him overhead with that.
Big time. Just grabbed him in a kneeling position with the leg and just tossed him. He needs to look out.
Saheed now, big rib breaker here in the corner. All of that power from Saheed just throwing him overhead. Saheed. Oh, wait a second. I'm gonna be looking for that.
Oh,
Oh, deadlifts him. Oh, release German suplex.
the strength of a man. And Sussman is no spring little chicken, no little small thing.
He's definitely one of the more physical guys here on the NXT roster right now. Just teeing off now, backing Saheed all the way up. With Saheed fighting out of the turnbuckle. Uh-oh. Saheed now taking him to the top rope.
Oh, he's going up there too.
He's wasting no time here. He's got Marcus. Look, he's on the middle rope here. Oh my goodness, what a superplex.
That's a lot of humanity crashing on that ring.
Almost looked like he had more leverage coming off the middle rope there. He was able to get a quick slingshot that launching Sussman there across the ring.
It definitely seemed like he had more of a power in there.
With the butterfly, Marcus puts on the brakes and hits him with another shot to the ribs. Marcus Grant, big power bomb into the
Power bomb. Big time. That might be it. Oh, only 2.
A very close 2 count there. Yeah, exactly. Marcus still turning things around here. He's like a suplex, hanging him on the ropes.
You talked about Muay Thai, about to get up close and personal with the knees.
You know that Marcus Grant trains personally with Tiger Baraki. You got to think that he's learned a thing or 2 from that.
Pretty sure, yeah, Saheed is busted open. The knee caught him flush.
Yeah, caught him flush right there above the bridge of the nose, it looks like. And he's not wasting any time here, getting back on his horse and riding. 2 suplexes here. He's got him in that governed position here. Oh, almost teardrop like suplexes.
So with them now in front of us, I think now's kind of a good time to talk about this. Going into this triple threat match, there's going to be no rules, no disqualifications. We haven't really seen Sussman in that environment. How well do you think he's going to fare in that type of environment?
Well, that's really the question here. I mean, you can make the same case for Mike Mitchell. I think right now, from what we've seen, it looks like it kind of favors Asher Crayne a little bit. Asher Crayne is fond of using a steel chair on previous opponents. Marcus Grant being loved. But look at this. Marcus digging deep in his bag of arsenal here.
Oh, here comes that moonsault standing.
Pressing the outside of the ring. I guess he's sending a message here. Doesn't seem too uncomfortable.
But let's go back to Asher and Marcus, though. I mean, like, do you think Asher has Marcus's number? Do you think he's in his head now?
I would like to believe that he is a little bit inside the head. I mean, Marcus came into that rematch in NXT, as optimistic as he always does, but Asher Crayne was lying in wait for him. He knew what he was doing. He waited for Marcus Grant to turn his back, and that was pretty well before the match started and stopped. I mean, it's hard to believe that Marcus Grant comes in and Asher Crayne has the experience. I think that Marcus doesn't have the experience, and he couldn't prepare or something.
I think when you look at this triple threat, you're right. I do believe it favors Crayne. Mike Mitchell does have the experience factor over the 2. So, I mean, I don't think necessarily the stipulation is gonna leave me worried with him anymore. I think Sussman is kind of the wild card in the whole thing.
Saheed with another superplex there from the top rope. Yeah, this is definitely going to be I think it's going to be a test for Marcus Grant above everybody else. Really, I mean, I think a lot of fans after the Slammy Awards are wanting to know, was that a fluke? Can Marcus Grant recover from that? Tonight is where he starts to lay that foundation, and hopefully it'll carry him to the Payback. Outside here again. Oh, he's looking more comfortable. He's on the ring apron here. Right over there on that LED. Oh my goodness.
Oh. Nice little double axe handle on the kneeling Saheed.
Yeah, he took all of that right to the back of the neck. And Marcus Grant, he's kind of controlling this. I mean, Saheed's got some big offense, but Marcus is unwavering. It's not going to say Marcus Grant with that jump by last year.
No, he definitely is. Came out here with a little bit of fire in his eyes.
He asked him to spoil it. So he already lost that first pay-per-view debut at the Slammy Awards. He can't afford to lose this one at Payback, especially with the title being at stake. You know, a shot at Walter Scott. Walter Scott has gone on record recently to say that he doesn't have any competition. Wait a second here.
Oh, that military drop. And the moonsault.
Second moonsault here. He's won matches with this before. And that's it.
Well, let's place it this way. Sussman has put himself right in the right direction again.
Really quickly here tonight. Talking about Saheed coming off that losing streak. It looks like it just continues for him, unfortunately, in NXT.
Yeah, I don't know what the question is for Saheed. Is like, where do you go next? You need to find that little bit of something extra that puts you back in your dominant ways.
Absolutely. Speaking of dominant, Marcus Grant, this might be the best I think we've ever seen Marcus Grant here in his short tenure.
Absolutely, indeed.
Turn your back!
Folks, if you come back here, a couple of tweets going out here recently from RPJ himself talking about NXT TakeOver. It's going to be a huge ordeal.
Oh, absolutely. NXT's very own pay-per-view, if you will.
With Prelude the Violence coming up before we go to Extreme Rules 3. So he's also talking about here 2 more big signings to come. Folks, we're getting ready geared up for a big tag team match to come here on NXT, and we talked a little bit before the break there about NXT TakeOver. I'm being told that this is going to be a number one contenders match for TakeOver. We're going to see Pat Bastard and Buzz Manchild or American Justice taking on the tag team champions, the Forever Youngbloods.
Oh, there's a lot at stake here. But Cole, are you ready for the Ben Hopkins?
I'm not even sure what to expect. Possibly the biggest signing to NXT yet, you could say.
Oh, absolutely, and we are just only a matter of weeks away from that.
You know, the rumor, the speculation right now, if you will, Tenay, is will the Ben Hopkins debut at TakeOver?
Oh, could you imagine a more absolutely impressive way to debut here in NXT after being one of the hottest signings than to debut on their first only NXT pay-per-view?
You know, Ben Hopkins, his time is money. He's a very hard man to get a hold of sometimes. I reached out to him.
Cole, first, it's the Ben Hopkins, not Ben Hopkins.
Well, anyway, the Ben Hopkins, as I was saying, is sometimes he's a little elusive when it comes, because he's got a tight schedule. You probably know this yourself, so I reached out to him and I said, "Excuse me, Mr. Hopkins, what is your plan? Why NXT?" And he said, simply, "Mate, I'm coming to TakeOver." And that was all he told me. And he said he didn't have any more time after that. So, yeah, I believe him. He's blowing up. He's a worldwide superstar. And said NXT's next on his list, his agenda. So we'll find out soon. And I guess you can start formulating any of those dream matches that you'd like to see.
Oh, absolutely. There's a list is just being piled in my head right now. But let's get set for this number one contenders match here.
Absolutely. Justice Gable's looking a lot healthier than we've seen him in recent weeks. I think that after the beatings that American Justice has endured recently, that maybe tonight will be a turning point for these two. But if not, we got, either way, I would say a pretty good tag match lined up for TakeOver. And we got the NXT alums coming back to defend the titles.
Absolutely. I think the biggest thing here, though, is how well is American Justice gonna feel right now.
Wait a second, we're going to hear from Gable here before this match.
All right, listen up. This is the land of opportunity here in NXT, and there's only one type of person in the world who deserves to take opportunity, and that is the perseverant. That is the survivors. That is the true warriors. Everybody wants to talk about their win-loss records. Everybody wants to talk about the things that they've accomplished. And I know between Jimmy and myself, we haven't accomplished much. Jimmy's been here longer than I have, much longer. But he has been a contender before, and he will be a champion, as will I. See, he took me, Justice Gable, under his wing because he had something to prove, not only to the ECW fans who have supported him since day one, since he was an NXT rookie, but he wanted to prove that he has the mettle to be considered in the upper echelon, the veteran status of this company. And that's why he recruited me, the collegiate hero, Justice Gable, to back him, to take what he has learned and to apply it to myself, to my own craft. And you see, there's a difference between Jimmy, myself, and the rest of the men in this tag team division. Hell, the rest of this roster, period, here in El Dorado Championship Wrestling. American Justice, well, victory hasn't been our forte so far. We have the heart. We have crossed paths twice now with the Crusher and his minions in the Crucible. Mazaska Hojo, Apollyon have given us their absolute worst. They have put us through hell itself. We crossed paths with barbarians, madmen like Torsi and Almighty. Crossed paths with the toughest of the tough in SMC. went to battle with the Outlaws of NXT and Eric Silva. And while we have our bruises, and we have our scars that we're carrying with us day in and day out, American Justice is still here. Jimmy John is still here, a veteran now of ECW. And I, his protege, his student, Justice Gable, I am still here, fighting through the pain, fighting through the struggles for one thing, and that is triumph. Tonight on NXT, we face another veteran and another newcomer in Pat Bastard, Buzz Manchild. Now, we've had our eye on you two for a while. Tonight is our night. Tonight, we send a message to ECW's tag team division. Most importantly, tonight, we send a message to you, Ed Gambit and Bishop, the World Tag Team Champions. NXT Takeover, Prelude to Violence, it's coming up right around the corner. 2 weeks' time, as it was announced by the boss himself. And NXT Takeover, it is our time to take over as the new ECW World Tag Team Champions.
Well, there you have it, Tenay. Are you a believer of American Justice after that rousing speech here? The NXT fans in Terre Haute seem to really be behind Justice.
I'll tell you one thing. He may pick up the microphone, and he may have been able to talk a good game, but there's one thing he can do, and that's take a good ass whooping.
We're going to find out here tonight. You know, as we talked about on SmackDown, Buzz Manchild here starting off the match was tapped out by Sean Walsh in tag team action. And I think that's kind of setting in the mind here of Buzz. You thought things were a little bit smoother sailing for him and Pat, but they got a very fired up American Justice in front of them.
Oh, definitely. It's going to be hard when you get a team that's fired up. It's hard to combat that. The best thing you can do is try to use that emotion against them. But you're right. I think submitting to Sean Walsh, it's kind of a setback. It's more of a setback than when you get a pinfall. Like, when you tap out, you are basically physically saying that you give up.
Oh, absolutely. It's breaking your spirit, breaking your willpower is what it does to you. Kick out, I mean, you kick out, if you can't kick out by 3, there's a lot of things. Maybe you got rolled up, pinning combination, or you just got beaten that badly to where you just physically couldn't even get your shoulder off the mat. But submission hold, yeah, definitely. Submission hold, there's only one thing about that, and you got caught, and you're in trouble, and you had no choice but to tap out or risk possibly a limb being damaged permanently.
Absolutely, as we see Justice Gable going straight to the punches here.
Like Buzz quickly dumping him out and making a tag. Saying Justice isn't done here. Oh my goodness.
Fired up indeed. I will say we certainly have seen over the past 2 showings of this Bastard Buzz combination, their teamwork has been almost virtually impeccable in their matches.
Speaking of teamwork, look at this from American Justice here. See some straight teamwork from them. Jimmy with that huge clothesline.
Little extra added momentum there from Gable throwing him in.
Absolutely. Pat Bastard now. This is almost like a battle of the veterans here of the two teams. Pat Bastard, he was here a little while back, and Jimmy came in shortly thereafter. Oh, a monkey flip there.
You've seen him do that in the past. There's a very, I don't want to say nonchalant, but very interesting monkey flips. Oh! We're just having 2 monkeys going at it, looks like. Just flipping everywhere.
Jimmy fired up here as well. Maybe it was the Crucible attacking them back to back like that. It seems like it's kind of ignited the fire with these guys. Big drop kick there from across the ring.
That's a huge drop kick. You had to say so. Maybe it brought them out of the funk that they were in. Maybe it did, like you said, it lit something internally.
just as Gable kind of keyed up on it there, he said, you know, that they survived. Maybe, you know, they realized that surviving isn't thriving here. Oh, Pat Bastard. I'll pick him up for a second atomic drop.
Oh, he's calling for one more.
3 atomic drops. Is this going to be here? DDT possibly? Oh. But Jimmy hitting the Northern Lights.
The only thing with Gabe calling on the Crucible is, we've seen it in the past. Do you want to anger those 3 men? Do you want to actually like continue to paint a target over the fact that saying that they couldn't finish you? Do you want to give them that challenge?
You got to think. Reed Jones, as soon as he was kind of on to the, thought he had a notion of what the Crucible ended up being, and even thereafter, he was very adamant in him and Gideon Parks calling them out. And well, it seems like they've paid dearly for that. Oh my goodness. Just like at Jimmy with the rebound. That's what he put Torstein away with.
I'll say dearly. We haven't seen them back since.
You gotta think though, Tenay, it cost them even more than that. Not just themselves. Gideon Parks, his father, Kyle Parks, was also taken out by the Crusher. And, you know, possibly, from what I've heard, we might not see Kyle Parks in a wrestling ring again. The knee injury that he suffered at the hands of Mike Giacchino was completely re-aggravated and re-injured there by the Crusher with that steel chair. We could see the end of the 2-time world champion Kyle Parks as a result of the Crucible. Oh wait, Jimmy John here, over the ropes.
He went from monkey flip to gorilla flip, it looks like. Just completely just using the ropes as a slingshot himself right onto Pat Bastard.
Using the announce table here and rolling him back through the ropes. But American Justice is firmly in control right here.
Yeah, we took a little bit of a detour on getting back in the ring via announce table.
Oh, and another big drop kick. Bastard clobbered with that flying springboard drop kick.
That's the second big drop kick he's been hit by.
And another 2 count here. It looks like Pat Bastard might need to make a tag out.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, look at this.
He is the worst of the wear out of it.
Jimmy wants a piece of Buzz Manchild, trying to maybe take him out of the equation here. Throwing him into the ring and just backing him across. It's going to be big. Oh, drop kick again. Buzz trying to get out of the way, but Jimmy's just not through with him. He's not even the legal man here.
I was gonna say, we taught you like they're supposed to be the good guys, and yet all I'm seeing from Jimmy John's here is just cheating tactics. Not even going after the legal man.
Well, it looks like it's paying off for Buzz Manchild here. He's building up momentum. Big roundhouse kick there.
Cole, that's Pat Bastard, not Buzz Manchild.
I'll take your word for it. Buzz was just in the ring, so you'll have to excuse. It is Wednesday, right, Tenay?
You know what? I'm really starting to question whether or not it is Wednesday or not.
Jimmy here, 3 big clotheslines, laying out Pat Bastard. Like I said, he might be thinking that finishing leg drop from the top rope here. Calling for the end.
Oh, there it is.
Oh. Beautiful connection. Guillotine leg drop and only a 2 count.
I'm honestly surprised that Pat kicked out of that after all the damage that he has sustained going into this match. Like you said, he really does need to make the tag to Buzz.
He's just standing there trading blows with Jimmy John. These guys are throwing forearms, top punches right back, and another drop kick. And that one puts him right into the corner of American Justice.
This is kind of a different Buzz and Best than seen. Normally their tag work is almost impeccable, like frequent in and out tags, keeping the other opponents in their corner. But this is a whole different ballgame for him in this one.
And look at this, some more tandem work here from American Justice. Nice hip toss there on Gable right to the arm.
We always know that Gable likes to work that arm.
Well, he's got to be setting up for some kind of a submission hold. And Gable still got his attention turned here to Buzz.
He better be careful. Pat's getting up.
I'm not sure he's in here. Wait a second. Oh my gosh, a moonsault to the outside. The referee holding back Pat Bastard here.
Ref, what? The ref is, I don't understand some of them officiating here. How are you gonna hold a man back from trying to save his partner?
I'm not sure if this match is breaking down quickly here. Pat Bastard again needs some kind of offense. Oh, wait a second. Oh, this might be enough here. This is one of his go-to moves, that hangman neck breaker.
He spiked him on the back of his head.
Oh, under the ropes. I don't think Pat Bastard realized he was that close to the ropes. And that gives him enough time, and there's the tag.
A much-needed tag, but like once again, like you said, is it really a fresh tag as much as damage as Buzz took at B and the guy not tagged in, not the legal man?
Yeah, there's a big drop kick. Yeah, definitely Buzz, and he just took that moonsault just moments ago from the outside there that Justice hit him with before the tag. So yeah, wait a second. Justice Gable pulling the legs out, rolls him over here.
Oh, been watching that Matt Black film.
Well, he hasn't studied it enough. He only got a 2 count there off that prawn hold. Oh, what a clothesline!
Look, you can often imitate greatness, but you can't repeat it.
Couple big clotheslines there. Big splash in the turnbuckle. Gonna be. Oh no! Oh, Buzz saw it.
Oh.
This might be the opportunity that Pat Bastard, Buzz Manchild need, but no, it's cut off with an elbow. Look at this. Picking the legs for a big takedown.
Using a little bit of wrestling on the wrestlers.
You never know what you're going to get with Buzz Manchild. This guy has offense. Oh my gosh. Counter knee there. These two are going back and forth. Buzz. I'm not sure what he's thinking here. He's talking some trash to him. Justice caught him off guard.
Maybe Buzz was trying to figure out if it was Wednesday or not. Then again, I think every day might be Wednesday to him.
Wednesday might not be his favorite day of the week if things keep continuing along this trend that we're seeing right here tonight in this tag team match. Might have to rethink his merchandise a little bit here. Wait, oh, big suplex into the pin. NXT fans here again coming to life.
Oh, and another big front chop block from Jimmy John's there.
Well, he's both been down. Buzz trying to crawl on that bad wheel now. Gable's still down from that suplex though. He's getting up. Both men up. Oh. Wait a second. Oh, paintbrushes him.
Cole, how do you encourage that? Just having another man that is defenseless get just get slapped in the face.
Yeah, wrong place, wrong time for Buzz Manchild here. You know, after some of the things that they've done to Gabe and Zane, namely Dash Nasty Bones, this is just a little bit of karma coming back on them. Wait a second here. Speaking of, looks like we're going to see a little bit of chaos theory from Justice Gable. And only a count.
Absolutely, the momentum that was rolled through into that German.
No. Oh, no. Paying him back with a slap to the face.
Exactly, that's what Buzz needs to do.
This match taking its toll here on all 4 of these men. But Pat Bastard's in. Oh, he clears the ring of Jimmy. A little bit more turnabout here. He's got to get out of the ring so he doesn't get disqualified here. You can't. This is a big match. I don't think these guys can afford it. Wait, Buzz might be looking for a spear. I'm looking to put him away. Wait, no. Oh, he hits him with a spinning wheel kick instead.
Big time spinning wheel kick. Jimmy Johnson's on the outside.
Justice kicking out at 2, it looks like. Oh, and there's a drop kick to the neck. Oh, now it looks like he's the spear.
It looks more like the spear taunt in the corner.
Is this gonna be? No, counters into the DDT.
Gable saw it coming and he is on fire.
Gable looking for something there. He's got Buzz in the turnbuckle where he wants him. No, counter again.
Oh, we're just playing back and forth now.
Shoots him across. Oh, nope. Another counter here. This match has been great. Very unexpected from both of these teams. I have to say so.
I feel like that seems to be the continuing trend for us on NXT here. These tag team matches that we seem to have are just we sleep on them. We don't really think much about it. They come out, man, and they just simply wow us with phenomenal tag team experience.
Look at this. He goes through the sunset flip. Today he's locking up a submission hold. It's an octopus stretch. Buzz Manchild.
Oh, this is a very unique one.
He has nowhere to go. He's cut off. Pat Master's on the outside. He's tapping out. Can you believe it? American Justice pick up a victory here, and they've still signed the name on the dotted line. They're going to Takeover to challenge for the titles.
We now know who the Young Bloods challenger will be, and that will be American Justice.
Yeah, I gotta think that Young Bloods have their work cut out for them. If my math is correct here, not only are they going to be defending the titles, should they defend the titles successfully at TakeOver, they've also got to think about the Raging Scorpions and the Money Gang at Extreme Rules. It's 2 weeks after TakeOver.
Oh, definitely. Their plate is becoming more and more full at this point.
Very stacked tag team division here. It's not going to get any easier carrying the straps. You got to think too that possibly the Crucible might have their eye on as well.
Oh, heaven help them if that's the case.
But anyway, enough of that. American Justice, a very well-deserved celebration here in the ring through the adulation of these fans.
But you got to think about it. It's a good night for them. They didn't get their ass kicked. We got to see Justice on the mic, and they are now your #1 contenders.
And Justice picked up his first official victory.
Why is Video Game Wrestling Network the only network for...
It is 3.
Why is the Video Game Wrestling Network the only network for...
Started off, and oh! Out of nowhere!
Don't fall on the steel. Oh my god! Oh! Superplex! What a brutal match we have just seen.
Why is Video Game Wrestling Network the only network for...
Daniel Mars. Oh
my god!
This is gonna happen. BSKO, there it is!
He charges up! He goes over the top! Spider-Man wins!
Why?
This is the only place we want to be.
Video Game Wrestling Network, the only network for you. Experience the best in CAW wrestling. Only on Video Game Wrestling Network.
We saw Marcus Grant in action earlier, picking up a big victory, but now we're going to look at the other 2 members of that Triple Threat #1 Contenders match for Payback. Coming up next, the Idol Killers, Asher Crayne and Mike Mitchell, one-on-one for the first time.
Oh, it's time to hype up once again for this hardcore triple threat. We have Asher's coming in with all the momentum in the world right now.
So the fans seem pretty riled up for this as well, and I have to believe, there's got to be one person backstage keeping a very close eye on that. Walter Scott, he's a student of the game. He has got to be watching all 3 of these men here closely, taking notes.
Oh, absolutely. He has literally been chomping at the bits for some competition. And this is finally going to get his answer at Payback to who he will be facing in his first title defense.
I'm almost convinced that the hardcore champion at this point might just come out here on his own accord and find himself a opponent.
With the way this is seeming, that is a very good possibility.
Hopefully he doesn't overlook his opponent tonight, Gabe and Inzane. That's coming up right after this. The Hardcore Championship, I don't think we've talked about this enough yet, that moving back with Walter Scott to NXT has opened up an entire new playing field for all of these new up-and-coming NXT stars to have an opportunity to challenge for that Hardcore Championship, and a title that has been held by some of the greatest names in ECW.
Oh, you're right. You're definitely right. Instead of NXT now has 2 titles to go for. It's not just one. It's not everybody vying for one shot. Everybody now can share in the success of this brand of NXT.
It's almost a godsend here. I mean, look, we talked about earlier, Mike Mitchell, who was in a similar position as an Asher Crayne. He came in red hot, and now he's been in a little bit of a slump. But going on Takeover, the first ECW NXT pay-per-view in almost 2 years, and the first of this new rebranded Takeover event, that says enough about it. That could redefine any one of these men's careers to go on and to upset someone like a Walter Scott.
Oh, absolutely. This is a make or break moment.
This is definitely make or break here tonight too, because we talked about the momentum of this man, Asher Crayne. He has to keep that momentum up. He drops off, loses sight. It's only going to inevitably hurt him at this point.
Oh, absolutely. He needs to keep riding this momentum that he has going right now and just keep pushing it as far as he can take him.
Yeah, you think he's got another sneak attack planned here tonight for another one of his opponents?
Well, if he has a sneak attack, it can't be from him because Mike Mitchell stared him down from inside the ring.
Mike Mitchell grew up in the roughest parts of Louisiana. He's probably used to people trying to jump him in some of the darker corners and crevices there.
People? I figured he'd just be fighting alligators in Louisiana.
Well, I heard there is a big demand for alligator wrestling down there. That probably explains why he's in such great shape.
Or way if this career wrestling doesn't work out, he has a fallback.
Well, tonight should be a good testament of that. I mean, we've seen so far, a little bit of the mean streak in Asher Crayne. The initial attack wasn't even his debut night, but removing Tyler Chandler from NXT programming. Tyler Chandler really even had a chance to introduce himself to the NXT fans.
No, he had that match with Mike Mitchell, and that was it. And then Asher Crayne appeared, and like you said, just completely basically ended his career here in NXT, just in one fell night.
He took a steel chair and targeted every piece of Tyler Chandler that he could find exposed. Just systematically broke him down limb by limb.
You can hurt me. You can hurt me. You can think I'm cocky. But know that at the very least, I am nothing if not a man of my word. I've told you for the past 2 months that I was coming, and that when I got here, slowly but surely, not only would you know my name, but you would never forget it. And eventually, not now, but eventually, I would inevitably take everything in this company. Everything. Yet here we are, 3 weeks, and 3 matches later. All of which, yours truly has walked out the winner in. Are we starting to see a pattern here? Is it starting to come together for some of you? This is what I do. This is what I've been doing. This is what I will always do. But enough about that, because I'm not here to be your next poster boy. I'm not here to be your next hero. I'm not here to say I've got next. I'm here to say my name is Asher Crayne. I am the Idol Killer, and I'm here right now, and I will be here as long as I want to be. But you know what? It's not like I don't have friends in very dark places. And trust me, they are out there, and they know who they are, so enough about them. My message isn't to them or anybody else in the back. My message is to you, Mr. Cotton Shirt. My message is to the guy who thinks he's in charge here. And that message, sir, is very simple. The devil is real. The dawn is coming. And I am not the only one of my kind.
Yeah, I don't know who that would be.
There we go. More lecturing there by Asher Crayne.
More sort of cryptic messaging. The crowd didn't seem to take very much good to it. But you can always look at it like this. Any reaction is a good reaction.
Well, there must be some fans of Mike Mitchell here tonight, because I believe I heard the fans at one point, oh my god, he just got thrown across the ring. Tell Asher Crayne that he has no chance in hell here.
Well, the NXT fans are smart. They're obviously not too smart because they've watched anything as of recent. They would know that is definitely not the case.
Good suplex there. Mike Mitchell is in the ropes.
Crayne, despite the cryptic messages and the cryptic promos, is a very, very game competitor in the ring. Very dangerous opponent.
Yeah, he has these very unorthodox, almost strong style like offense. You never know where he's gonna hit you from. Like that right there, clubbing shot to the back and then that knee lift. Look, he just follows him out to the outside of the ring now. And we talked about that in the opening match here today. Who was going to be most comfortable, and Crayne almost invited himself to the outside of the ring here.
He probably more prefers to fight on the outside than he would in the ring.
Oh, just using the environment, now using that barricade as a weapon. You know, Payback, he's going to be able to take his time and do this. There's not going to be a referee counting him out. Oh, Mike Mitchell, big spin out, back suplex there.
Oh.
Mitchell looking for over here. Big gut buster. Crayne right back there with the counter there. And a nice springboard moonsault.
Who knew that Crayne had that in him? I always envisioned him more of the brawler style, but pulling out a moonsault, springboard at that.
Yeah, that was huge. He gets a little frustrated here that he didn't get the 3 count off of it.
Oh, more of those knee strikes, just vicious. Someone can tell Mike Mitchell that alligators don't do knee strikes.
He's driving that point of the knee there, right into the skull. Oh, Mike Mitchell though, right back on the offense himself.
Little famouser action right there.
Mitchell here has him in the turnbuckle. Wait a second. Signature Mike Mitchell with that insecurity.
Oh, he rocked Crayne.
Oh, and look at this. paying him back here with some knees of his own.
That's that receipt right there.
Crayne didn't like any of that, but Mike Mitchell following him to the outside now. Oh, wait a second here. Looking for a big power bomb. Mike Mitchell avoiding certain demise here outside of the ring. Crayne for gourd busters him on the floor.
Oh, we're getting extreme. They're taking this. They might be taking this hardcore stipulation a little bit too far here.
Yeah, this isn't a no disqualification match here. Asher Crayne's got to be careful. Oh no! Oh, you got to be kidding me. Crayne, you could be counted out by doing this here. No. No, no, no!
Good God, he just literally hoisted him in the suplex position and just basically swung him around into a Uranagi.
Yeah, driving Mike Mitchell straight through our announce table here. It is scattered around the ringside area, and look, he's going to roll him back in and maybe try to finish him off now.
Oh! A straight chop, right? That was almost in that throat neck region.
Asher Crayne is really lining up his offense now, taking his shots. 2 count here. Oh, and only 2. Somehow Mike Mitchell able to withstand that barrage that started with that suplex Uranagi through the announce table. Whips him into the ropes here. Crayne, big sidekick.
And just standing sidekick. No running momentum or anything. Just jumped up and put the foot into Mitchell's face.
Crayne might be getting frustrated here. You know,
I would say it's a little impressive. Mitchell's taking all this damage and not even being able to be defeated. Just keeps on kicking out.
You know, I'm beginning to wonder here, maybe is Asher Crayne distracted by something else? You know, we're trying to decipher what he's been saying here week to week, but he was referring to somebody at the end of what he said there. I'm not sure who Mr. Cotton Shirt is, but apparently there's somebody here in the locker room that he seems to have his attention set on. And I don't think that's Walter Scott for some reason.
Oh, who knows at this point? There's quite a few that people I feel like it could be, but once again, it's a very cryptic, and that's a big boot straight to the face of Mitchell there.
Yeah, that was a Yakuza kick from across the ring. Wait, oh, he might be thinking one-hit kill here. He's on the middle rope. There it is. Turning him inside out with that flying knee strike. Very quickly, this might be enough.
Oh, that should be enough.
Wait a second. That looked like 3.
I'm pretty sure the referee's hand came down for a 3 Cole.
But Mike Mitchell did get a shoulder up. It looked like 3 to me, but the match is continuing here. Mike Mitchell, caught him with a knee strike again.
More knee strikes to the head.
Oh, another German suplex there, right on top of the head, it looked like.
Also, that was a quick, very snapping German suplex.
This. Hold on a second. Hit the ropes for a curb stomp.
More damage just being applied to the back of that head. Head, face, every bit which way that head is getting attacked.
Yeah, this is that mean streak coming out of him here. Now he's just kind of dissecting him. Oh, right to the arm again. I think the leg dropped the arm a minute ago. But Mike Mitchell, though, Asher Crayne gives him a moment to recover, and he just rebounds immediately.
And a big side Uranagi for Asher's, I guess, persistence. Oof. Very in, close to that very nether region there, with that punch.
Look at this, Asher Crayne. Oh, huge clothesline off the counter. Doing some trash talking there. Second. Just a one-hit kill again. He's sizing him up for a little rope again. Wait a second. Oh no! Oh, there's a blockbuster instead. Shades of the Slammy Awards, what he put away Marcus Grant with.
Indeed.
Oh, wait a second. Deviator. Oh, that's gotta be it. Oh no! Mike Mitchell with a shot again.
Still Mike Mitchell kicks out. At this point, you have to literally be wondering what it's going to take to put away Mike Mitchell, and how's the frustration of Asher Crayne going to play in? Because there's no way you cannot tell me after you hit both of your big moves that you are not frustrated that you did not put away the guy.
Yeah, he's hitting with everything. There's a counter there.
Maybe it could flip on the opposite side, and he could just literally just go berserk or irate here. You see what happens.
Waiting for him to get up, and there's another big twisting crossbody there over the ropes.
I'll say, I think this is the most athletically high flying I've seen Crayne in any of his matches.
Yeah, he's adding new wrinkles to the repertoire here. He's trying to show that he's prepared coming into this match. Mike Mitchell, though, using those ring steps again.
We talked about it. This is at Payback. They're all vying for that shot at that hardcore title.
Jump chop on the ring apron here again. Another chop.
Cool. I'm pretty sure those chops are being sent with malicious intent. I'm pretty sure those are hitting the throat.
And it is from the top rope here, calling for the end, and there's a double stomp. Crayne over something, but Mike Mitchell again with these explosive counterattacks. That looks like that just angered Asher Crayne.
Oh, it definitely did.
Oh, he's got him from that big power bomb.
Big time falling power bomb.
Puts all of his weight into it, and that's a 3 count.
Good night, Mike Mitchell.
Here's the offense earlier, that one springboard moonsault there. Mike Mitchell's able to turn things around with moves like that Inzane, but it wasn't enough. Here's a huge turning point on our announce table. Hopefully, somebody takes that out of Asher's paycheck. Because you now save this false money.
I'm gonna need somebody to come. We're gonna need somebody to come down here and reassemble this, or get us a new one. I need something to put my. Luckily enough, I grabbed my drink off of it before it went down. But I'm gonna need somebody to come give me a new table.
You see there's that power bomb at the end to put away Mike Mitchell. Referee checking on him here. He looked like he almost caught his head on that bottom turnbuckle on the way down. Asher Crayne, fans just not receiving this victory very well here. Asher Crayne not leaving the ring yet. Oh no! Oh, he's going for Mike Mitchell here. He might be trying to take him out of this triple threat match.
Hey, that's not a bad game plan. You take him out, it becomes a one-on-one match.
Oh, he's got a steel chair now. He's gonna try to put away, maybe the way he put away Tyler Chandler with this.
Oh, we've seen it. You want to get hardcore. Asher's not afraid to.
Wait a second, this is Marcus Grant. Marcus Grant. Looking to get even here with Asher Crayne for him using a chair on him last week. He sends him out of the ring.
Oh, we're getting hyped up for this triple threat, it seems like. We're ready to go.
Marcus Grant has seen entirely enough of the shenanigans of Asher Crayne. Look at this. Mike Mitchell's back up to his feet here.
Look, you can shake the man's hand all you want. But come time at Payback, when you two are staring across that ring, vying for that #1 contendership for that hardcore title, it ain't gonna mean nothing.
Definitely won't. There's no alliances in a triple threat match because only one of you can win. But tonight, a favor there for Mike Mitchell from Marcus Grant. folks, welcome back here as we're getting ready for our semi-main event here tonight. The ECW-NXT Hardcore Champion, Walter Scott, is in singles competition without the title being on the line versus Gabe and Inzane. This should be a very athletic showing for both of them.
Oh yeah, definitely the underdog from the underground, as we call him, is a pretty athletic competitor. Especially, it's going to be interesting to see how he transitions back into singles competition after basically being excommunicated by Buzz Manchild.
Yeah, definitely getting the short end of the stick on what was supposed to be his homecoming last week, thanks to Buzz Manchild and Pat Bastard. You know, Dash McNasty Bones tried to lend a hand there, and it kind of backfired, I think. But he got his work cut out for him tonight. Walter Scott, as we talked about, has been looking for competition. Hey, maybe Gabe and Zane will be the competition that Walter Scott's looking for.
Maybe he get his prayers answered, if you will.
Yeah, definitely. You know, maybe he impresses the champion here tonight. Maybe Walter Scott will grant him a title match. I mean, you know, Walter Scott's kind of free to do what he wants here. There's Dash McNasty Bones in the building again here. Friendly gesture to Gabe and Zane. A little bit of advice. So Dash is challenged. He challenged Ryan Azrael for the hardcore title once before.
If I was Gabe, I would just kick him to the curb. Obviously, the lawyer degree or PhD or going back to school, whatever he did not educate him at all.
Well, we can talk that up again as a sneak attack last week. Dash tried to run in for the save, and it's not the better of one after that tag team last week. Dash is not at fault for being subjected to a 2-on-1 even the week before that on SmackDown. So Gabe looks fired up here tonight to be in singles competition.
Well, like you said, it's a big opportunity for him right here. Going against Walter Scott and being the hardcore champion. Hell, maybe if he pins the hardcore champion, think of the upset that would be.
Yeah, absolutely. You gotta think that would drop him right into contention here. And like we talked about it a little bit before, the hardcore title returning to NXT. You know, Walter Scott's the second person, following Brandon Wolf being the first, to hold that title here as an NXT superstar. So this is it's a big deal. I think it's really, so to say, lighting a fire under the ass of the NXT roster.
Oh, absolutely. Here we go. It's hardcore champion time.
Well, always excited to see Walter Scott here. You know, he considers himself really the face of NXT, if you ask him.
Oh, there's a huge debate you could be having about who's the face of NXT. But for the matter of this match, we'll stake the claim of Walter Scott.
You know, today I'll take you up on that debate. Now that's a subjective term there, the face of NXT. But if you're comparing the two champions, which I believe Walter Scott is comparing himself to Matt Black here, Walter Scott's more popular than Matt Black. Matt Black's popularity has, frankly, taken a turn for the worse.
We'll put it like this. There's only one thing I gotta say. Matt Black show.
Yes, show of respect here. Walter Scott's excited to have some competition here tonight.
Oh, absolutely. He's happy to be on the NXT card and having the match.
Here we go, and lock it up. Now, this is always what interests me here about Walter Scott. For being the hardcore champion, he still retains that technical style of wrestling that brought him to the dance.
Well, I mean, we always talked about that with Shawn Nice's matches as well. Even with that hardcore stipulation, that hardcore style, those two can go out there and absolutely put on a absolutely wrestling clinic of technical ability and submission skills.
This has got this key lock applied here. Working on Gabe. Gabe needs to get out. Oh, Gabe, just instead that sneaks out into a side headlock. Oh, and the takeover on the champion here.
Side headlock takeover. Nice little. We're getting a little treated to a little wrestling here.
Not to take away from these two, but I'll tell you what's not going to be a wrestling affair. Our main event coming up right after this. That tag team match is going to be, to put it lightly, there might be anarchy in the middle of the ring.
Oh my gosh, we were literally taking a fire and spewing gasoline on top of it.
I think maybe for someone like Matt Black, he might be questioning the decision of Ryan Paul Jones here, putting him in a tag team with Bobby Mitchell.
Oh, and you gotta absolutely figure how is Anthony Adams and Bobby Mitchell going to respond to the attack that happened last week.
Of course, you got the X Factor of that too, being Eric Silva, who has still unfinished business with Bobby Mitchell.
Oh, as we saw at the top of the show, their beef is long from being settled.
Absolutely. Gabe here taking control of the match. Drop sending Walter Scott to the outside of the ring. And wait, looking for I thought he was going to maybe Uranagi him there from that pump handle, but Walter Scott was able to reverse it with an elbow strike. And now look at this. Taking things a little bit to the hardcore side of town, dragging them out into the entranceway here. Oh my god. Oh, big uppercut.
Walter said, I want the competition. Whether or not you bring it, I'm gonna if you're not gonna bring it to me, I'm gonna try to drag it out of you.
And did you see that today? He just gave him a giant swing right into that side of the barricade.
Man, Gabe is he's not having a very good couple weeks here at NXT.
He's still fighting though. He said he's the underdog from the underground. There's a big drop kick. Walter Scott here rolling free of that shot. Gabe Inzane staying on the offense here. Gabe going trapped here. Snapmare. Oh, big forearm there. Walter Scott springboard, misses the clothesline.
Absolutely. Oh, and just barely catches him, it looks like.
You know, so he maybe comes like a forearm there. He goes right into the cover. Gabe Inzane trying to give him a run for his money here.
Oh, if you're Gabe, you need to stay on top of Walter. Don't give him any room to breathe. Walter's one of those people, like we talked about, that technical ability. He's going to be able to find any weakness and just exploit it.
Not only that, Walter Scott is very explosive with his offense. I mean, you never know. He hits you with one of those big running kicks. You know, he likes to use those fireman carry-like slams. Or the submissions that you're referring to there today. Look at this. Oh, what a DDT.
Very big DDT spiked him on the head, and he's going straight up.
These fans are eating up. Very receptive here, Walter Scott. Big leg drop there. Look at this, the champion very smart here, not arguing with the official, just getting right back on the attack, but Gabe with a counter into the sidewalk slam.
Walter ran right into that one, looking for some big running movement of offense, and Gabe caught him.
Gabe now looking for offense to his own. Walter with the fireman's carry. Back kick there. Big forearm with Walter Scott looking for something here. Dumping him through the ropes again. You're looking for it. Oh my goodness! On the floor.
Cole, did you see that? He caught them midair, threw a suicide dive into a DDT.
Yeah, look at the impact here one more time. Gabe Inzane spiked on his head on the outside of the ring.
I believe he's just talking to you.
Oh, I'm a fan of Walter Scott. He doesn't have to do much to convince me. Look, Walter here, big crossbody. Gabe, pump handle with Walter with a counter.
Look, I've never said I was not impressed with Walter Scott. That is definitely not the case. I may not be his biggest fan, but I've never said that I am not impressed by him.
Rolling fireman's carry there. He steamrolled him. It's hard to not be impressed with him. Yeah, you know, and this guy, he's really cleaned up his act. I think the best thing that's happened to Walter Scott in his ECW career is getting away from Louis Rivers.
I guess you could speak volumes with that, but the fact remains, Lewis is on Raw now. Lewis is making big moves with Ed Gucci as part of the Money Gang now.
Walter Scott is making big moves as the current ECW-NXT Hardcore Champion. Gabe and Zane fighting out of this rear chin lock, though. Gabe is really hanging in this fight. Oh, big drop kick.
I guess the next question is this enough to satisfy Walter's craving for competition?
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, maybe he's going to say that one too many times, and he's going to get some competition maybe he's not expecting.
That's a very good possibility, especially with the amount of talent poured into NXT.
100%. You know, and again, like we talked about the announcements from RPG earlier, he said he has 2 more signings still to announce here. He's got Gabe up here. Big fireman's carry slammed.
That could be it right there.
I think the referee is just a little bit out of position there. And Gabe to get the shoulder up just in the nick of time.
That fantastic ECW officiating that we seem to employ.
Gabe trying to get fired up here. Oh wait, we know that Walter Scott has taken damage to the arms before thanks to Sean Nice. Gabe keying up on that a little bit now.
Maybe trying to re-aggravate an old injury with that one. You gotta think Sean put Walter Scott out for, was it about a couple weeks, a month almost?
Yeah, it was about a full month on the calendar. Oh, there's a big clothesline. Gabe really firing up now. But Gabe lion salt from the middle row.
Ooh, this is a very close 2 count though, Cole.
It was, and look at this Gabe getting the fans behind him now. These fans are just back and forth. Hard to pick a favorite here in this matchup. He's got Walter in the turnbuckle. Oh, wait a second. Gabe thinking of a suplex here. Oh!
Big time suplex and Walter, there's your competition now.
Well, look at this. I think Gabe made a mistake. We should have pinned him there on that. Walter's back in the mix. Wait a second. Rocket kick to the chest. You know that rocket kick that we've seen there from Walter, you know what that reminds me of? It looks an awful lot like the kick that RPJ himself throws.
Oh, so now he's brown-nosing RPJ, is it?
Move out of the playbook there, you know, he's done his homework. Gabe firing up those
you call it homework, I'll call it brown-nosing to the boss.
Yeah, and you're just telling me that you're a fan of Walter Scott, right? Okay.
Look, I said I've been impressed by Walter Scott. Don't get my words twisted, Cole.
That was an impressive Uranagi there. Walter Scott to the top now. Big elbow drop. Oh.
Cole, who would you think Walter wants to face here coming up at Takeover out of the big Payback match?
You know, I'm gonna be honest here. If I'm Walter Scott, I want to shut up Asher Crayne for all the trash that he's been talking just about everybody. Wait, look at this, Gabe. Got the reversal here into that small package. Yeah, I think I want to go, you know, Marcus Green has said what he's had to say. Mike Mitchell has been as stoic as ever. But Asher Crayne, you know, I think it just kind of echoes the NXT fans as well. I think everybody would just like to see Walter Scott just shut his mouth. He thinks to himself to be some kind of boogeyman around here, and better than one of the men who's revolutionized NXT to take care of that problem for all of us. Look at this. Oh!
Oh, Cole, that was right into the break in that guardrail.
It looks like he might have cut the back of his head and neck off that steel part, the upper extension there where the lighting is. This is most Walter was able to hone that helped him win the hardcore title. Look at this big clothesline.
Oh, he caught him flush right as he was getting up.
Walter here. He's still in it. He is on fire right here. Gabe to the top rope. Oh, Gabe with a counter here. Looks like Gabe's coming off the top. Oh no!
Walter caught him flush.
He lowered down to an elbow.
Oh, he's not done. I thought Gabe may have been knocked out.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought he was going to go for the cover here, but Walter is looking for something else now. What is this going to be here? Nice Wilson hitting the opposite ropes and another elbow.
Again with another one. That's it. You can't survive too many elbow shots.
And that was ambidextrous on the champion's part. This was the closed elbow for that going off the top on that counter. With that rolling elbow, he used the opposite arm there. Walter Scott is showing just how athletic and dangerous that he is.
Versatility is always the key.
That's a new wrinkle. I don't think we've seen Walter Scott utilize a rolling elbow like that before, but it was efficient enough here tonight. Put away Gabe and Zane.
Always adding new moves to the repertoire keeps everyone guessing and always keeps you one step ahead of your competition.
Well, just like that suicide dive tornado DDT we seen a minute ago. We've seen Matt Black utilize a move like that before, but not Walter Scott. Like I said, this constant evolution of Walter Scott here seems to be the biggest bullet point coming out of this match.
Maybe it wasn't he wanted competition. Maybe it's just he wanted to deck someone's head off with that elbow. Wanted to see if that was really going to work.
Well, the experiment appears successful here. The referee's checking on Gabe and Zane on the outside of the ring with Walter Scott. Look at this. I was almost telling the NXT boys in the back, you know, who's next.
Well, I guess we can go with Walter is not satisfied with Gabe and Zane being his competition.
Well, we got all of our attention focused, it seems now, towards Takeover for Walter Scott. Walter here continuing the celebration. Gabe, he's back up and moving. So he definitely took a beating though. Looks like he's earned the respect of the champion for tonight.
There's a moment in your bones when the fire takes over. Blood is running, heart is pumping as the battle gets closer. They can say what they want now, 'cause we'll be screaming out, we can be heroes everywhere we go. We can have all that we ever want. Swinging like Ali, knocking out bodies, standing on top like a champion. Keep your silver, give me that gold. You'll remember when I say we can be heroes everywhere we go. Keeping us down is impossible, 'cause we're unstoppable. Oh, we're unstoppable. Oh, we're unstoppable. Every spotlight, every
It's almost that time today. Main event is imminent, and you can see the storm clouds circling the building.
Oh man, this is like one of those like moments where like we're running away from the building as like the detonation clock is counting down.
The fallout for this one is going to be far-reaching, and it is going to be ugly. The tag team match that is going to break down. And speaking of which, this is what it's all leading up to, folks. This weekend, Matt Black and Anthony Adams for the NXT Championship.
Oh, this is the moment where the actual criminal finally gets to shine, apparently. I don't understand this one at all, why RPJ feels the need to put a common criminal in the ring with this champion.
Well, all of that aside, this is a match that is all about payback and all about revenge. You can say what you want about Anthony Adams and what happened to Matt Black. Matt Black called him out. Matt Black is the one who assaulted him with a steel chair last week.
But let's not forget, this all started with one shot from Anthony Adams to the nether regions of Matt Black.
What? What's your question? Say your question again. Shut up. Do you think I'm that idiot that I didn't hear you the first time? So you want to know my thoughts? My thoughts on tonight's match? See, my thoughts on tonight's match is it is an utter waste of my time. I'm half tempted just to pick up my bag and leave out this arena right now. You see, Mr. RPJ does not know what he has in a champion on my caliber because obviously thinks I'm in the business of making stars. See, he put me in a tag match with 3 other wrestlers that aren't even on my same level or my same talent. But I guess, you know what, tonight, I guess I'm in the business of making stars, and you know what, let me go ahead and make you guys famous, because that's what I'm going to do tonight. And Ryan, if you think this little proposition for you is over, since you don't want to answer my emails, calls, or texts, we're going to talk when I see you about changing the name of this show from NXT to the Matt Black Show, because you see, I still am and will always be NXT. But you know what? Tonight, maybe I'll just go ahead and take another opportunity to make another message clear. Because you saw from last week, what I did with the steel chair, I made it very abundantly clear. You don't want to respect me? You don't want to know who I am? I'll change your opinion real fast. And hopefully, Bobby learns some respect, and Anthony Adams knows now, absolutely knows now within a shadow of his doubt, that he doesn't stand a chance at Payback. And Eric, take notes, or else you'll be the next one that finds your face flat on the mat. But just be thankful that you guys are getting this opportunity. One, to step in the ring with me. And another one, to be in the main event of NXT in front of these sold out shows. Everywhere we go, we're always sold out. You know what? That's because of me. And the fact that you get to feel this electricity from these ignorant, ingrate people. That's because of me. So while y'all 3 are out there relishing in my greatness, getting to have absolute fun in this main event with me, showing your stuff and everything, just don't forget one thing. Always, always thank Matt Black for the house.
Donated to the truth.
Tenay, I think this is the match that you've probably been most anticipating here tonight.
Oh, absolutely. This is why they put me in this chair. This match is big time feel, and like we said, a lot of combustible elements. This is like going to be a warfare like you have never seen before.
Yeah, it's a good thing that this match actually has rules and countouts and disqualifications all in effect. Because if not, we may not even see any of these men make it to NXT Takeover in 4 weeks.
NXT Takeover. We may not even be talking about Takeover for that reason. We may not even see any of Matt Black or Anthony Adams make it to Payback.
Yeah, you gotta think here that the way things have escalated between those two, that who knows? We might not even see any tags in this match. Like I said, it could break down at a very frightening rate. Bobby Mitchell has a bone to pick with all three of the men in this match, including his tag team partner.
So we talked about Matt Black making no shortcomings. Bobby Mitchell's making no friends either.
Eric Silva looks like he's got something to say. He's going to respond to what Bobby Mitchell had to say earlier tonight.
NXT, how we doing tonight? You know, I was sitting in the back, getting ready, listening to good old Bobby Mitchell's promo here, telling me how he's going to give me the ass whooping of my life. And here I am tonight, scheduled to tag team with the infamous one, Anthony Adams, which I'm plumb fine with. Old boy's a hoss. He gets the job done, and he got the job done against the 0-2 Bobby Mitchell. Son, you're writing checks your ass can't catch. And yeah, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Boy, you don't know what you got coming to you. Now, Anthony and Matt, they've got their own beef, and they'll settle theirs soon enough. You and I, we go back to the first week of NXT, son. You turned on me. I said, all right, I'll let that one slide. Then the next time we team up against the Money Gang, Lewis Rivers and Ed Gucci, and you turned on me again. You know, that kind of sticks in my craw. And for weeks and weeks now, you've run your damn mouth saying, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Son, you sound like the kid on the old flag football teams that says, oh, I'm going to be the all-star, I'm going to do this. And all he does is ride the bench. Yeah, son, you've been in the main event. Props to you. You know how to talk. But that's all you're good at. You're a mouthpiece. I'm 2-0. Mike Mitchell and Justice Gable have fallen victim to the Revolver and the Outlaw Stomp both, and haven't came up from it. Yeah, I may be in the upper cards, but that's fine. I'll start the show off and get everybody pumped up on their feet. I did the same thing back in college, Bobby, and do not think I will hold back when it is you and me, toe-to-toe, face-to-face, in that ring. And I do not plan on holding back, Bobby. Back when I was at Abilene Christian, I played linebacker. And my coach told me I was the captain of that field. The quarterback has his offense, I had my defense, and I knew we would shut any team out because I was confident. I knew we had the ability to. And son, I know I have the ability to whoop your ass. You may put up a fight, as you did against Walter Scott and Anthony Adams, but lost. But son, you won't get up from this ass whooping. I promise you. When I was little, my daddy always told me one thing. He goes, Eric, in life there's two kinds of people. There's the hammer and there's the nail. The hammer is the person who does what they mean to say, says what they mean to do. And then there's the nail. And as most people know, you probably don't know this because you probably never worked a day in your life. Hammers hit nails. Son, I'm the hammer in this situation. And I promise you, you can hit me with whatever you got, your little cross-country kick, or whatever the hell you want, son. You get hit by that revolver or that outlaw stomp, and both feet come down on your chest, you can't hold a breath to save your life, then we'll see who's talking. When you're short of breath, we'll see who's talking then. And like you said, our time will come, and like I've said in previous weeks, our dance is coming. Our song is on the lineup. But for now, I'm ready to tag team with Anthony Adams. We're going to do what we do best. We're going to come in and we're going to win the match. And by the way, Walter Scott, I just kind of want to shoot on you here. I've seen in recent weeks that you've said you have no competition for the hardcore title. There's plenty of it. You just haven't opened up your damn eyes yet. Watch the past 2 opening matches of NXT and you'll see who your competition is. And by all means, talk all you want, promo all you want on me. But Walter, if it ever comes down to you and me in a ring, and that hardcore title is on the line, you best bet you're gonna get the best of me. Bobby, we'll see you soon, sweetheart.
Well, in the words of Eric Silva, the Hoss has entered the ring.
It's definitely a Hoss right there. Big man, big criminal.
Well, I tell you what, he's probably wanting to do some criminal things to Matt Black here tonight. I won't argue that.
Alright, he'll wind back up in prison, that's all I'm saying.
Speaking of somebody else who has a questionable record, I think Bobby Mitchell here might be thinking highway robbery when it comes to Eric Silva. Be trying to steal some of his thunder here tonight.
Oh, Bobby's another one. It's all about Bobby. And you gotta believe the way that these two are going, any opportunity he can, he's gonna just take everything he can from Eric.
You gotta think, we've seen them attempt to team up before, but tonight, this is actually the first time they've been on opposite sides of the ring from each other. They've still yet to meet here in singles competition, so this is going to be an interesting affair to see what unfolds here in this tag match.
Oh, absolutely. This would be the first time that we see them actually inside the same ring versus each other, from basically standing apart from each other. We're going to get a little bit of the tensions are going to kind of come to head here tonight.
So many combustible elements here, so many different styles here in the ring tonight.
And Eric refuses to leave the ring with him.
He has his shoulder turned to him here. He's almost like calling out Matt Black, it looks like. Anthony, I know this is the man that you came to see here tonight. You got to be the biggest.
Cole. Shh. The champion is entering the ring. Okay, Cole, go ahead. What were you saying?
I was just going to say that you're the biggest Matt Black fan in the entire ECW universe.
Some could argue that I might be the only, but it doesn't matter. The man is the champion. He's the champion that we deserve.
Well, you know,
regardless of whether or not the fans want to see it or not.
I'm going to correct you there. Actually, you're not the only fan. Matt Black is a fan of himself as well. So, with that said, yeah, there's two of you. Maybe you guys can get a room.
Cole, are you insinuating about my sexuality?
Well, I'll say this much. I've never seen you and Matt Black in the same room together, so I'm not insinuating anything here on air today, but other than the fact that you are a fan of the champion. But I'm a fan of Eric Silva, and I think we're going to see a breakout moment here for the Outlaw.
It's definitely, with all these combustible elements, it's hard for somebody not to break out here. And like you said, this is a big time feel for Eric Silva and Bobby Mitchell. For two newcomers to be put into a match of this caliber.
You heard it. You heard it from the champion. He said they can thank him for being in this main event. Although he wanted nothing to do with it, he was trying to leave.
Well, look, regardless of the fact that this is beneath his pay grade and beneath his talent level, these young kids can make a huge name for themselves for this one.
This here, a little bit of a disagreement here between the champion and Bobby Mitchell.
If Bobby knew what he was doing, he'd listen to what the champion says.
It looks like Bobby might be arguing his case to start the match. It looks like Eric Silva starting the match for him and Adams. Oh boy, look at this today. It's happening right here. These two are starting the match together. And Eric Silva.
Oh, you had to believe that was going to happen.
Eric Silva going right for Bobby Mitchell here.
We are getting started early.
Mitchell here, no collar and elbow for him. Leapfrogging over twice. Oh, rolls through, big neck breaker.
Oh, you had to believe, Cole, this was not going to start out in some typical wrestling fashion. They're going to go straight at each other.
Oh, and Mitchell with an Inzaguri. He wants all of Eric Silva here. He wants to send a message to this man right here. Oh, Silva counters that.
Bobby looking for that big forearm and completely misses.
Silva here looking for, oh, I thought he was looking for maybe a power bomb, but Mitchell gets the counter on him there. Well, looks like we're going to find out quickly here. Can Mitchell and Matt Black work together? Bobby taunting Eric Silva here.
Oh, you know, Bobby Mitchell's not going to be one that's short on bravado.
This one we got tagged. It looks like they're going to work together. Oh!
The double shoulder block.
Bobby kind of holding him in place there for that forearm. You know, we're going to learn really quick here what what Eric Silva is made of. He is face-to-face now with the NXT champion.
Oh, absolutely. It's time for basically you to learn your stripes in this industry, kid.
Look at this. Eric Silva, big suplex into the ring.
Could you imagine what it would do for Eric's career if he was to pin the champion right here? Not to say that that's going to happen, but just think of the sheer momentum that he would get.
He'd get a ton of momentum, but you know what? I'm going to be completely honest with you here today. Bobby Mitchell's not going to. You think he's going to let Eric Silva one-up him and take something like that out from underneath of him? I think Bobby Mitchell would rather lose by disqualification here. Tag to Anthony Adams here. Look at this. Oh no, this.
Oh, just stalking Matt.
It's almost 2-on-1 here for the champion, but Anthony Adams, look at this, telling Eric Silva to get out of the way. It's like a bulldozer coming across the ring. Oh, but the champion caught the leg here.
If you ever want to know how big Anthony Adams is, look at the size of him compared to every other competitor in this match.
He's taking up a lot of ring mass in there by himself. Matt Black looking to stretch out the contender here. Oh my goodness. Surfboard with the Dragon Sleeper now.
Big man should not bend that way.
Able to bend just enough to land that punch. Oh, but Matt Black with the Inzaguri. Matt Black definitely came prepared here tonight. Look, Anthony Adams caught that kick though and knocks him off of his feet.
Big double axe handle. It's like swinging a tree.
Adams was looking for something there, but got caught again. Matt Black looks like really, seems like he came very prepared here tonight. Look at this. Oh, what a suplex.
Very definite high and tight. That's like a skyscraper fall down.
Oh no, the champion's in trouble here. He's in trouble. Oh, he counters it to the DDT. Too early for the spear.
Yeah, Anthony Adams was looking for that go-home spear way too soon.
He knew he's beat Matt Black with it in singles competition before, but it was a Matt Black. Oh, I think he was going for that Koji clutch with the counter STO.
Yeah, Anthony Adams was not having any of that. Both of them trying to end this match soon.
Today, Matt Black's about to learn what it's like to live in infamy here. Bobby Mitchell can't break it up. He's tried desperately, but there it is. Bobby Mitchell playing defense, though. Oh, he rolled him right in the path. Oh my god. I think that was the plan, but it saved Matt Black from taking the pinfall here off that living in infamy powerbomb.
But you had to believe that might have been it. That could have been.
Eric Silva just got tagged in, but I don't know if you've seen that tonight. Bobby just reached in and tried to tag himself into this match. Matt countering out of that German suplex where he takes a neck breaker for his troubles. The tides have turned here. The champion looks like he does need that tag to Bobby Mitchell, but Silva's trying to cut him off here. Wait a second. Oh no, in the turnbuckle now. What are they thinking here? Eric Silva. Oh, right into that. No way. Oh my god.
Oh, that's a big man coming over the top.
And he just crushed him across the knees of Eric Silva with that elbow.
Can you imagine the sheer weight and like momentum of gravity slingshotting Anthony Adams down onto you?
And look at this. Oh, Matt Black getting angry here. Oh.
And just when you think you're going to get some big move, just a simple rake to the eye.
Chop block to the knee, but Adams is still standing. You don't see that very often. Oh. Position in the turnbuckle. There's a tag to Bobby Mitchell now. Much needed tag. It's just going to be both men with the hip toss here.
Oh, simultaneous kicks.
Mitchell appears to be on the same page here with Matt Black. And despite their interaction last week, Bobby Mitchell did say that they were going to put that aside and save it for another day. But Bobby Mitchell, oh no. Maybe an inch too short. Oh, but that enziguri lands.
If Bobby knew what was good for him, he knows that he has a grand opportunity to team with the champion here tonight. He should be on the same page, regardless of what happened last week.
It was Anthony Adams. Oh, gut buster. Oh no. Talk about gravity, that senton right across the sternum. Back into Eric Silva now.
There's nice frequent in and out tags by Eric Silva and Anthony Adams. And it seems like the Bobby Mitchell and Matt Black, they're just tagging out whenever they need it.
Oh, did you see that? Bobby Mitchell with the baseball sled to the legs, but Eric Silva intercepted him with a super kick there.
You can just feel like the hate and animosity between these two in each one of their moves.
Yeah, definitely ill intent here. Oh, Bobby Mitchell rolling out here to catch his breath, it looks like. Eric Silva not a fan of it. Bobby Mitchell is showing off.
Or Eric Silva, he's fuming in the ring right now.
Oh wait, look, Bobby Mitchell caught him, tricked him into rolling out and caught him with that Hurricane Rana. Oh, Mitchell, he told Eric Silva when he got hold of him, he was going to hurt him here tonight. Oh no. Oh, using the barricade again.
Although get rammed to the barricade is certainly going to hurt you.
Able to fight back there with the arm drag. He's got him up on his shoulders. Oh, Bobby Mitchell trying to get free with those elbow strikes. He does. Oh, into the barricade yet again. Another one of these shots. He's just trying to break down Eric Silva here away from Anthony Adams.
Oh, that's the easiest thing you can do. Stay away from the big man.
Gets him out from the ring apron. Referee's count.
As much as I hate to say it, Anthony Adams is and can be the difference maker in this whole match.
Wait a second today. He's got him up for that cross-country clash. Oh my God, he hit him with it. This could be an upset.
That might be it.
It's Anthony Adams saving Eric Silva here at the last second.
Oh, how would that do for Bobby's ego to literally win the match pinning Eric Silva?
Did you see that? He went over there. He was upset taking Anthony Adams. Look at this pin attempt here. And Silva getting the shoulder up.
Look at that. That's just the most cockiest thing. Just one knee and posing.
Yeah, one knee across the throat at that. That was almost an illegal choke is what that was. The referee counted it as a pin attempt.
What are you talking about? This fine ECW officiating. It wasn't even no illegal choke or anything. It was on the chest.
Goes for that baseball slide again and another counter.
I don't know what Bobby's trying to do, but he probably needs to avoid trying to attempt any baseball slides.
Silva had him up against the ropes, but to no avail. What's this going to be? Silva code breakers him. Adams really wants the tag, and Silva obliges.
Well, you gotta imagine after Anthony destroyed Bobby, he probably needed to take out some frustrations.
Big power slam there. Snaps it over. Oh, Anthony Adams getting fired up here. He's got that look in his eye. Big close.
We've already seen one power bomb.
Here we go. Bobby's gonna feel this one. Back body drops him nearly into Matt Black. Egging him on.
Yes, spine buster.
There it is. For spine buster. Oh no.
Bobby had that well scouted from last week.
Look at Bobby. He's got him for the brain buster here. He's got him up. Oh! The power to give a man that size of brain buster, but he's in the ropes.
That's that rookie mistake right there. The inexperience coming in and not knowing how big your man is and how close he is to the ropes.
I think Bobby was thinking one thing, and that was make the cover, get the pin. And there's a haymaker for Eric Silva. In the turnbuckle here. Oh!
That was hey Eric Silva, I didn't forget about you.
Look at this. Anthony Adams taking him up top through here. Oh, wait. Bobby kicking him away. In the middle rope here, Bobby Mitchell. Oh! No, comes up short again.
Sometimes you gotta know your distance, kid.
Another Inzane. Inzane has been very effective here tonight. Oh, he went for that cross-country kick. Adams was able to get all the way. Look at this. Just heaving him up into the shoulders, my God. Samoan drop.
Oh, here we go again.
Taking a spear on Bobby Mitchell now, but Bobby with the counter. You're noticing this today. Both of these men, wait, hold on. Looking for the Tiger Driver.
There it is.
He tried to hit that in their singles match last week. Was unable to, but he hit it tonight and only gets 2. I was going to say, you're noticing this, that both Matt Black and Bobby Mitchell seem to learn from their mistakes from their previous encounters. Anthony Adams, they both avoided the spear here tonight.
Well, we always know Matt Black is a student of the game, and Bobby Mitchell is just only following that in that suit, knowing, learning, and evolving from your past mistakes, if you will.
Bobby there with those back-to-back spinning back fists. It was not enough to take the big man down. He just gets thrown back into the ring there.
Cole, for everything this is worth, this has been a pretty tame match so far.
Absolutely, he's looking for that spear again. But no, Bobby Mitchell again has it scouted. And look, another shot to Eric Silva.
I'm telling you that those love taps are saying, hey, Eric, I'm still here. I haven't forgot about you.
Oh, here's the cross-country kick. Down goes Anthony Adams. Matt Black is eating this up.
Well, absolutely. He doesn't have. He's Anthony Adams is getting beat up, and he doesn't even have to do any work.
Nicholas is backed up there and still fighting. Oh, shoulder blocks him off the ring apron. Down goes Bobby Mitchell. He landed very rough there. Matt Black from here. Into the ring, and oh my
Oh. Holy cow, Matt Black just dropkicked Anthony Adams face first into the barricade.
He dropkicked him almost at the simultaneous moment there that Bobby Mitchell crashed into the barricade. Complete reckless abandonment here for his tag team partner and for Anthony Adams.
Oh, a little miscommunication.
Yeah, it looks like they're maybe arguing about that a little bit here. Matt Black, though, look at this. Getting another shot in on Adams. And Bobby Mitchell again.
Oh, and you have to know Eric is fuming right now.
He's seeing stars right now. He just got decked off the ring apron yet again by Bobby Mitchell. Bobby Mitchell is keeping him out of this match now. But Bobby Mitchell now trying to focus on the arm of the big man here.
Big time snapping arm breaker.
I'm guessing it was that cross-country kick, maybe that drop kick to the barricade, but Anthony Adams has got a little bit of blood running down the forehead here. Wait a second. Oh no, Bobby Mitchell. Anthony Adams playing possum there, got out of the way, and Bobby Mitchell collided with the referee. And Matt Black taking advantage of this chaos for a moment.
Oh. Slinger shots in for a complete shot.
And Mitchell looking to put him away with another Tiger Bomb into the middle of the ring. The referee's still down. Anthony Adams is reeling here. He's in trouble. Another cross-country kick.
That is two. You could almost say that Matt Black and Bobby Mitchell have systematically taken out the big man.
He barely got the shoulder up there. Barely at all. God, Anthony Adams is a mess right now. His kicks are just tearing him up. Wait a second. Trying to do something here. Trying to do some damage. Oh, another gut buster. Matt Black is...
Oh, we know it comes falling.
He's got to be loving this. Seeing Anthony Adams covered in his own blood at this point. Adams still, though, he can spear. He wants that spear desperately. And oh, Bobby Mitchell again. 0 for 3.
Look, Anthony Adams may be powerful, but there's not much we can say for in the intelligence department.
You see that Bobby Mitchell moonsault landing on his feet behind Anthony Adams there for that reverse DDT. What do you see here? Nope. Counter again. Very close. And Anthony Adams needs to make a tag out to Eric Silva. He is in a bad way here.
Oh, that chop. He just caught Matt Black with that chop as well.
Matt Black had his back turned there, and he lost his footing. Wait, what? Bobby Mitchell! Oh my goodness! Unique offense there. Matt Black, I don't think he realizes that Bobby Mitchell connected with that shot. And Bobby Mitchell here, suicide dive, and knocks down Anthony Adams. Matt Black, I don't think he realizes what actually happened there.
Oh, he's going straight after Anthony Adams.
Maybe he thinks it was Anthony Adams that clipped him.
Well, even if it isn't the case, take out your challenger.
Here we got Eric Silva trying to get back in. He's not the legal man.
Oh, he's now going to get himself some.
He's going to get Anthony Adams. He got thrown into those steel ring steps here. He's still down on the outside of the ring. Referee's count continuing here. Eric Silva, while it's legal, getting his hands on Bobby Mitchell, getting out before the referee can disqualify him.
We have to imagine after those couple 3 punches to the face, he's not happy at all.
He doesn't look happy either here. Just Spinebuster again, no.
Bobby has had him scouted up and down.
Look at that, there's a big punch there. He absolutely has. He really did his homework. You know, he said he was going to come back and reclaim that victory and, really turn some heads here tonight. Big shot. Bobby Mitchell here. Into the ropes. Let's keep looking for. Oh my goodness! Oh, another one. That's 3 of those now.
Sort of shades of Kyle Park there with that super kick.
Very much so. That pop-up super kick. That was the Pack Leader's go-to iteration of it. Anthony Adams, I cannot stress this enough. He looks like he has been put through a meat grinder.
It looks like a murder has been convicted on him.
He's trying to do something here, trying to turn this around somehow. Big spine buster there.
If he was smart, he'd get out and get a tag.
He needs the tag. He really needs the tag here. And that's a 2 count on Bobby Mitchell. A little miscommunication there between him and Eric Silva.
Well, this is what happens when you get a bunch of singles competitors into tag matches. You're bound to have some miscommunications happen.
There, Bobby Mitchell landing on the ring apron yet again. And there's the tag.
Oh, we're back to Bobby and Eric.
And right back where we started with this match. Oh, and there's a kick for Eric Silva. Seemingly out of nowhere with that one.
Bobby's kicking everybody.
It's a cross-country super kick party. Eric Silva somehow getting the shoulder up off of that one. Bobby Mitchell is having his night here.
You say what you will, and Eric Silva's been saying it. He's 0-2, but man, Bobby's put on a show right here tonight.
Again, another neck breaker there on Eric Silva. This is continuing to break down here as Anthony Adams, Matt Black are on the other side of the ring. They're still the legal men. Eric Silva, Bobby Mitchell are not the legal men here, but Bobby landed out in the crowd, it looks like.
Oh, their animosity has came to a fever pitch now.
How is he reacting to this?
Oh, they want to see them, as they aptly put it, fight forever.
They're getting up close. First look at it here. Eric Silva driving Bobby Mitchell through the audience.
He's
turning things around.
It's Bobby's turn now to lay it in.
We've diverted our camera crews to follow this action. Anthony Adams and Matt Black are continuing their portion of the match in the ring. But Matt Black regained some control. These two are just fighting clear, almost backstage it looks like.
Oh, absolutely. There's no telling where they can go. There's so many options now.
These fans are in absolute frenzy. Eric Silva. And we knew this was just a matter of time before these two broke down. Wait, where's Eric Silva taking Bobby Mitchell through the curtain to?
Oh, we're backstage now.
They made it clear backstage into this corridor. An all-out. Oh, the chair turned against him. We sent a referee back here to try to get these two under control, but I don't think that's going to work out very well.
Yeah, if I was that referee, you know what? Just let him go. Letting them go. The referee will be literally the crowd's hero. Oh,
Mitchell's got a chair.
Bobby with the chair.
Oh no, and he's unable to use it as a weapon himself. Oh, stomach first into that table. That table barely moving. I don't think it moved at all.
They're just tossing each other back and forth into every object that they can find.
Yeah, I think these guys have a lot to prove here. Like you said, they were at this match with the NXT champion was in the match. Walter Scott's on the card tonight. You know, these two guys are hungry. They want a title shot, and if they have to destroy one another to show somebody that they deserve one, that's what we're going to see here.
Oh, title shot, let alone a title shot. They're literally stealing the show.
There's Bobby Mitchell with that trash can now. Using the bottom of it. That part doesn't even cave when it hits. Eric Silva.
Apparently, we're not going to get any disqualifications. They're literally almost not even a part of the match now anymore.
Yeah, they said they weren't the legal men in the match, so there's no count out here to be had. These two just removed themselves from the equation. So Matt Black and Anthony Adams are continuing to fight inside of the ring now.
That's a face buster on straight concrete floor.
Both of these guys still standing somehow through all of this. They've gone through a hell of a match here. I mean, we've elapsed the 30-minute mark, and this fight is continuing here backstage.
Oh, Silva's now just like stomping, almost outlaw stomping if you want to call it. Big time shoulder block. Oh, Mitch Nuku driver on the floor. These men are literally just throwing everything they can at each other, just to break the other.
Eric looked like he was maybe going for like an elbow drop there, but nearly took himself out.
Yeah, not a wise move. Oh, and another trash can. Oh. Bobby just nailed the complete back of Eric with that trash can.
And then that axe handle from that equipment box.
Yeah, Bobby's just looking to take out the trash.
There's Eric Silva, throwing into that guardrail again. Another guardrail back there. Oh no, Eric Silva, more damage to the back.
Oh. And a very hard Irish whip into that guardrail at that.
He nearly collapsed. Oh, Bobby back into that concrete wall there, that structure of this building. Eric Silva dragging him here, throwing him. Oh, looks like he collapsed into the locker room.
Oh, they're just going to fight everywhere at this point.
Look at this. Eric Silva can barely stand. He's supporting himself there using that locker. Oh. So we still have this match happening in the ring, though. Matt Black and Anthony Adams. I mean, we see camera crew back here to keep an eye on this, but those two are still going in the ring. Match has not came to an end yet. Oh.
I was like, we got action everywhere right now.
This is just what I think the people have been waiting to see. Oh, like he can barely stand. He went head first in that locker again. What's this? Bobby Mitchell. Oh, another kick.
Cross country kick. And another one. Silva may be out. I think Bobby was satisfied with his work just then.
Oh, wait a second, look at this in the ring. Anthony Adams. Anthony Adams looking at.
Oh, he got the spear. That spear put Matt Black out 2 weeks ago. And now we're looking for the powerbomb. That infamous powerbomb. Sheer impact. And he rolls into cover.
And Bobby Mitchell's nowhere to be found for this. Anthony Adams puts away the NXT champion here. One of the most shocking conclusions, I think, to NXT to date.
Cole, that is twice now Anthony Adams has beaten the champion.
You gotta think if Bobby Mitchell was out here, Eric Silva was out here, this might have not been the case. The match was very close up until those two split off, and hopefully we got somebody we can get back there to check on Eric Silva. It looked like he took some extensive damage from the series of kicks against the locker. But yeah, Anthony Adams, that's all it's gonna take this weekend is if he can hit that powerbomb, hit that spear. Matt Black is gonna have something planned to retain that title.
Oh, if we know Matt Black, he's gonna have a game plan going into Payback.
But we'll find out this weekend, folks. Thank you for tuning in here tonight for NXT. SmackDown's up next, and after that, it's Payback Over the Edge. We'll see you then.